Glad you all are able to make it without the email I normally send out. Slacking this morning. A lot to remember every day to keep up with everything. Is there anything in particular we want to work on today? I didn't have anything really planned. Any parts of our body need attention, or our energy level, or
like upper legs?
Upper legs? The back or the front?
What is it? IT band and quad, a lot of pain. And
is it in the front of your leg or back of your leg?
it's in the back and on the side.
Yeah.
Where the IT band is.
Yeah, hamstrings, IT band. Always good to work on.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? Okay.
Oops.
Alice must be muted, otherwise she'd be talking about core work. But I'll mention it for her. So we'll do some core work and some IT band stuff and our general
Life
class.
is good. Life is good.
Life is good, isn't it?
It is.
And we have to remember Memorial Day. I forgot Memorial Day the other day. Oh, John can't get in. Did you give him the wrong number?
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try.
So rec center's still closed. I don't know when they'll open, but if they do, I'm going to have to broadcast there because I want to keep our room. Otherwise, they'll give it off to some Spanish dancers or something. So we don't want that. So I'll do it there, and then if you want to join, you can. And of course, we'll do safe distancing and all that. But once we get back to normal, if we ever get back to normal, then we'll have our space and everything will go in together, hopefully. But we don't know. It's the whole thing with this whole thing is that we don't know. We don't know what we need to know, and we all are just trying to do the best we can. We are going to be graduating our 200-hour class tomorrow. Last week we got a little out of control and started standing next to each other and all that. But this week we're going to do better. But it's really hard when you see people you haven't seen for a long while, and then and you're in a celebration like that, not to get close. At any rate, let's go ahead and take a moment, come inside, where the real work of yoga happens. Inhale, feeling our lowest abdominal expanding and releasing. Expanding and releasing. Maybe inhaling just a little bit more into our upper chest, feeling our collarbones rising, and then releasing. Do that one more time. Inhaling the lowest abdominal part, our ribs expanding to the side, allow it to fall over into our upper chest. Then pause with a full thing of inhale, and exhale the opposite way. Feel your sit bones on the floor, grounding into Mother Earth. Feel your spinal cord aspiring to go up into the heavens. We'll bring our hands to our heart space and have an intention for ourselves, what we like to get out of this class, where the rest of our weekend is going, where our lives are headed. Knowing that the actions that we do today affect our tomorrow. And we'll bow our head to that intention, to our higher self, our inner bright light, and open your eyes, soft gaze, and namaste to all. Okay, so we'll go ahead and grab onto our knees. As we inhale, we'll bring our heart forward. As we exhale, we'll bring it back. This gentle movement of the spinal cord. John, it's good to see that you made it in. Back and forth. And then circling around your knees. Now moisture to go into your spinal cord, in between all our vertebrae. And then we'll go the other way. And then we'll bring our left hand to our right shoulder and our right hand over to our left shoulder. Give ourselves a hug, go back and forth. And then lift your elbows up, push your top elbow down to your bottom isometrically. And then release. And we'll do the other side. So right to left, left to right, and side to side. Loving yourself today. Coming to your mat. And then lift your elbows up, push your top elbow down to the bottom, your bottom to the top. Isometric thing. Opening up in our shoulder area. And we'll bring our hands out in the cactus. And we'll inhale to our left, exhale to our right. So sliding back and forth using our abdominals, moving from our hip area. And then come in the center. Let's do one pranayama. It's a Kundalini pranayama for increasing our immune system. And it's good that we're on Zoom and that most of you, I don't have my glasses on, so I really can't see that far. But we're going to stick our tongue out and do breath of fire. So you won't be seen, it'll be okay. So bring out your tongue. And breathe in, inhale, exhale through your abdominal area. Think more of the exhale and then allow nature to inhale you. So it's like panting like a dog. Imagine yourself on a ride to the park with your head out the window. That would be a good image for you. So. Yeah, bring your tongue in. Now it's all dry. And then grab onto your left leg and cradle it like an infant and just cradle it back and forth. Opening up the hip flexors, which works into our IT band. And then we'll grab the side of our foot and lift our leg straight up. Bring our knee to our nose, opening up into our hamstrings. And bring your leg down to the other side, grabbing onto your right leg, bring it back and forth. And then grab the side of your foot and straighten your leg out. Bring your knee to your nose. And then come down. Let's roll over to our hands and knees. Coming into the table and just go side to side with your hips. And make a circle out of your hips. And go the other way. And we'll do cat and cow from here. Let's do an active cat and cow. So maybe you lean over to your right as you would do your cat, and then lean to your left as you go into cow. Exhale, rounding, leaning over one side. Inhaling, go to the other side, just circling back and forth. And maybe you want to go the other way. As you exhale to your left, inhale, roll over to your right, lift your head up. And then come in the center. Bring your heart down and lift your heart up. Bring it down and lift it up. Opening up into our shoulder area. And then have your heart down. Bring your right leg back, your left arm forward, stretching in both directions. A little extension, using your core for balance, warming up the core. Then bring your left hand down, stack your hip on top of the other hip, lift up your right arm for some balance. Starting off. And reach back, grab onto your foot if you like. Push your foot into your hands. And we'll come down from here. So I got to watch on that side, but the other side I won't. So you can go ahead and mess around if you want. But we'll bring back our left leg. Your right arm forward, stretching in both directions. And bring your left hand down, stack your hip on top of the other hip, and then lift up your right hand. You're going to have to do the honor system because I can't see it. And bring in your hands down, bring your knees down, tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips off the ground, coming into down dog. We'll bend one knee and then the other. And lift up both heels, push back on your back toward your thighs, your heart toward your thighs, bring your heels downward, lift your hips up as high as possible. And let's lift up our right leg, point your toes and bring it out to the side. And then come back. Just go back and forth like that. And bring that down. We'll lift up the left leg, point your toes, and bring it out to the side. Working into our IT band, into our hip area. And look in between your hands, stuff your feet in between your hands. And go into waterfall, go around your feet. It's opening up into your hamstrings. And bend your knees so you're laying on your thighs. Grab your elbows. Allow your head to be heavy, like a tomato that's ready to drop in a couple of months. Maybe sway your hips side to side. And slowly starting to push your knees back so your legs are straight. We'll take 3 breaths here. Look at your elbows, bring your hips forward, allow your head to be the last thing to come up. So sun finally came out today, and so we'll honor that. First, let's work into our feet by bringing your feet, left foot up and circling your feet around. And to the other side. And shake that leg, and shake the other leg, and shake your arms. Bring your right arm up, bring your left hand down, so you're stretching, 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 and then bring that down, and to the other side, so stretching your left hand, bring your right hand down, stretch, 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 and then let go. Bring your hands behind your back, push your fist down, exhale, come down halfway as you lift your arms up. And then use your abdominals to come on up. We'll shake all that out. Come to the top of your mat. Your hands to your heart. Inhale, bring your arms up, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive down to your feet. Inhale, just your head up, the jackknife. And fold, step your right foot back, and then step your left foot back. Coming into plank, you can come down on your knees if you want, or you can stay up here, have the eyes of your heart or your arms looking at each other, and slowly come down, chaturanga. Inhale into up dog, exhale into down dog. And breathing 3 breaths here, your down dog, extending your hips up as high as you can, pushing your heels down, opening up into your hamstrings, broadening in your shoulders. Most of your weight should be going backwards. And look in between your hands, step your feet in between your hands. Inhale all the way up, and bring the energy down. Okay, so we'll do another one, and we'll go into, we're going to do all 3 warriors today because of honoring Memorial Day. We remember our people who fought for us, I guess. So lift up your toes, and then lift up your heels. Lift up your toes, lift up your heels. Bring your heels down, lift your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, just your head up. And exhale, fold. Just step your right foot back. Drop your heel. Bend your knee. You're going to go into side lunge. And then bring your right hand up. Come up with your left hand coming into warrior 2. Sink down in your warrior. Bring your knee so it's over top your ankle. Don't be in the future. Don't be in the past. Right here in the present moment where life is perfect. Gazing over your fingertips. Looking into the future. How you can increase your joy, happiness. Pushing back on your back foot. So you're, again, a lot of your weight's going backwards. You're not leaning back, just pushing back isometrically. And bring your palm up, and we'll go into Exalted Warrior. And then coming forward, bringing your hand on your thigh, sliding your hand up to your waist. Open up in your shoulder area and stretch your arm forward. And bring your arm up. Let's go ahead and make a circle out of our arm. We'll over here. And go the other way. And bring your arm straight up. Straighten your front leg out and come into Trikonasana. You can look up to the side or you can look up to the ceiling. Remembering to breathe. Imagine somebody's got your wrist to come up. It's come back into Warrior Two and do the variation where you are archer. Bring your front thumb up and reach out back. Sink down a little bit more. And then come up. Bring your right hand over to your left foot. Lift up your left arm. Coming into revolve triangle. Then we'll bring our left hand down, coming into a pyramid. You might want to bring your foot in a little bit. Pull your left hip back. Feel how it works into your IT band. Lift up your back heel. Bounce your leg up, coming into Warrior Three. And bring your left hand down, lift up your right arm, coming into Half Moon. And then coming up. It's probably enough for that leg. Feel the difference between the one side and the other. Feel how this one feels stronger, more alive. And so we'll have a matching set. I come in again to the top of our mat. Your hands to heart space. Praying that this side will be easier or harder, whichever way you would like to go. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, just your head up. And exhale, fold. Step your left foot back. Drop your heel. Bring your knee forward. And then lift your left arm up. Bring your right arm to match. Go to the other side. So I can keep an eye on you guys. It's almost like having a class with all these little boxes, except for I can't see much. But I can see that you are doing it, which is helpful. So sink down a little bit more. Push back on your back big toe so your hips should be parallel. Soften in your shoulders, lift up by your waist. Your knee should be tracking your second and third toe. And bring our palm up and lean back into Exalted Warrior, pushing our knee forward as we go back. And then coming forward, bring your hand on your thigh. Other hand on your waist, open up into your shoulder area. Stretch your arms forward. Maybe make a circle out of your arms. And then go the other way. And bring your arms straight up. As you straighten your leg, slide your hand down, coming into Trikonasana on this side. And pushing back on your back foot will allow you to have more openness in your front. And you can feel as if you're pushing against your wall, your leg to bring your sternum forward or upward. Okay, and then we'll bring our left hand down, coming into pyramid. I don't actually remember what we did last time, so we might do something different this time. That'll be okay. And we'll lift up our right hand, coming into revolve triangle on this side. This is really good for your IT band. Pull your right hip back. And then come into pyramid. Lift up your back heel. Lift up your back leg. And come into warrior 3 on this side. Notice the difference in this side to the other side. And bring your left hand down. You stack your hip, coming into half moon. And then come up. And shake all that out. Okay, so we need to do warrior 1. We've done 2 and 3, not 1. So we'll do warrior 1 by bringing our let's bring our right foot back. We're on 2 railroad tracks, so our hips are forward. Let's do a variation where we bring our arms up and inhale. As you exhale, or bend your left knee. And then as you exhale, bring your hands back behind you. And then inhale, lift them up. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, bring them forward and then up. And exhale, down. Inhale, bring them forward and then up. Exhale, bring them down and back. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, down and back. Bring your hands behind your back. Push your fist down. Shoulder blades touch. You can either come onto your leg, come to the side of your leg, lifting your arms up. Into humble warrior. And then we'll come up from here and step forward. Shake all that out on that side. And do the other side. So step in your left foot back. Hips are forward. You can bring your hands to your hips to see where your hips are. You might need to bring your foot out to the side. And again, as you exhale, bring your hips down. As your knee comes forward, and bring your arms up. And as you exhale, bring them down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, bring them forward and then back. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, down and back. Inhale, forward and up. One more time. And then bring your hands behind your back. Push your fist down. And as you exhale, come forward over your knee or on the side of your leg. And inhale up and step forward. And then I'll let go. So we'll do, I know Warrior 3 is a balanced posture, but we'll do a regular balanced posture. Bring in our weight onto our left foot. Bring your right foot around, finding a gazing point, someplace for your drishti. And bring your knee up, and bring it down, and bring it up, and bring it out to the side. Bend your knee, lift your arms up. Really a three-legged chair. And then come up as you reach down, grab onto your foot, stretch your leg out, and bring your leg out to the side. For some reason, holding onto your waist helps, or a little umbrella. Okay. So all your weight on your right side. Bring your left foot around. And bring your knee up and bring it down. And bring it up and bring it down. And bring it up. Bring it over to the side. Bend your knee. Coming into a one-legged chair maybe. Lift your arms up. And working in our quadriceps, we're helping our hamstrings as well. And then coming up, bringing your hand to your foot, stretching your leg out. And bringing your leg out to the side if you can without falling. I may fall, but it's okay. I'll still feel good about myself. And then come down. Okay. Shake all that out. Let's come into a squat. So bringing your feet up apart, bringing your hips down. I think we're ready to do catcher. I guess there's no baseball season this year, but if there was, we'd be ready for it. And bring your hands to your calf. Come down halfway, pushing your sit bones back. Come forward. Long, deep breaths. And we'll bring our hands to the floor, straighten our legs out. Drop your head down, and then bend your knees. And straighten your legs out. And bend your knees. And one more time, straighten your legs out. You bring your head toward your legs, pushing your sit bones upward. Okay. And looking up, and ahead and come down onto the floor. Okay. Let's bring our feet together. Baddha Konasana. And give yourself a foot massage. I guess massage people are back. It's probably really awkward with the gloves and the mask on and stuff. So maybe you want to just give yourself a foot massage yourself today. And go in the middle of your instep. Go around the bottom of your big toe, side of your feet, around your ankle, between your ankle and your heel, pushing in and circling around. And grab your heels and bring them in a little bit. And grab your toes and see if you can feel as if you're pushing your knees down as you lift up out of your waist. And this might be enough because you're certainly opening up into your adductors. But as you exhale, maybe you come forward, maybe just a half an inch, maybe each exhale coming down just a little bit more. Feel as if you're not pushing, but you're surrendering as you come down. And the more you surrender, the more you let go of the muscles that don't need to be on, the easier it is to come forward. And then go ahead and round your back, bring your head toward your feet. And inhale up and bring our feet out. We'll winch wiper back and forth. And we'll come forward. Bring our right foot on the top of our left leg. Have your left toes pointing back. And, or you can have it on the side. It's a little bit more challenging. You don't want to hyperextend in your knees, So sometimes you can take a little towel or something and put underneath your knees to help so that doesn't happen. But maybe you're okay. So the classical version of this would be you reach back, get a bind, and then reach forward. But you can just lift your arms up and bring your hands to your knee, or walk your hands toward your ankle, or maybe you can reach out and grab onto your foot. The only reason it's good to get your foot is that you can get your leg in line. Feel that's opening up into your hamstring. Take 2 more breaths here. And reach up, grab the side of your foot, either it's down or up, and just bring it out to the side and pull your bow back. We're going to be mighty warriors today. So you reach out, grab onto your shin or whatever, pull your bow back, and then let it go. We forgot to do the bow thing on the other side of when we did our warrior, but that's okay. Somehow we'll be okay. So we'll bring our left foot in to the side of our leg or stack it on top. If you're going to get the bind, bring your heel to the your hip, so by your belly, and then reach back and grab. So it'll be like that, and then reach out. Or just lift up your arms and bring it to your knee, walk your hands out. Maybe this is plenty, it's probably plenty for most of us. Maybe you can reach out and grab onto your toe, pulling your head toward your foot. Janu Sarasana. Take 2 more breaths here. Allowing each exhale to be more surrender. And then we'll walk our hands back, grab onto our foot, side of our foot, crank our bow back, reach out, grab onto whatever we can. Could be your shin or your knee, your ankle, or your big toe. Pull your hip back and then let it go. And then we'll bring our hands to the side of our hips, push your hands down, and your sit bones down at the same time. Lift your spinal cord up into Dandrasana or Dhanurasana. And then from here, we'll lift up our arms, lift up out of our waist. So we have the extension already. And as we exhale, come forward again to our shins, to ankle, or our feet. Pulling your head toward your feet. So it naturally brings your head toward your knees, but make sure you're not feeling any tension in your lower back. So you're doing all movement from your hip. And then we'll come up from here. Come on, let's roll over onto our belly. Do Shalangbasana as locust pose. First come up into Sphinx. Feel as if your pelvis is heavy. You push down your elbows and lift your heart forward like you're pulling your elbows back. You don't have too much of a back bend since we just had a strong forward bend. Have a little bit. And then we'll come down onto our belly. Bring our hands underneath our hip points. And push your hip into your hand and lift up your legs. And bring your legs down. And then push your hips into your hands again. Lift up your head and your sternum. And then coming down. We'll put those two together. Push your hips into your hands. Lift up your legs. And then lift up your head and your sternum. Coming into locust pose. Next year, the locusts are supposed to come out. I would have brought them out this year because just the kind of year. But nobody asked me. And we'll bring our legs down, our chest down, push back into child pose, bring your big toes together, your knees apart, sit back to your heels first, and then walk your hands forward. Maybe this is all you go, this is fine. Maybe you can bring your head to the ground, bring your forehead to the floor, shake your head like you're saying no, stimulate your intuition. And then coming down on your forearm, bring your knees together, tuck your toes. Let's go ahead and lift up into dolphin. So lift up your knees, push back toward your legs, looking toward your navel or your feet. And bring your knees down and come up. We'll get ready for modified camel. Bringing your hands to your lower back, your fingers down. Push your pelvis forward as you drop your head back. Opening up your heart to the heavens. This is probably enough for most of us, but maybe you like to bring your hand to your heel, one hand, and then the other. Coming into full camel. And if you are in full camel, bring up one hand into the other. And we'll go back on, roll over, come into our back, bring our knees in toward our chest, and rock side to side. Massage in your lower back. Bring your left heel on the ground, cross your right over your left, push your right knee forward and let it go, and push it forward and let it go, and push it forward. Reach underneath your left knee, pull your leg in toward your chest, and make a circle out of your left foot, and then go the other way. And then pull in a little bit more, but see if you can feel as if you're pushing your sit bones down, working into our gluteals. And then bring your left foot down, slide your right over top your left, like a lady might sit. Bring your arms out in a T or cactus. Lift up your left foot, drop your legs over to the left. Looking over your right shoulder, if that's okay in your neck. Use your left hand on your right knee to push down. Working into our IT band. Giving our spinal cord a nice twist, opening up our vertebrae to the side. And we'll let go of our knee, come back to center. And uncross, bring your left over top of your right. Bring your hands underneath your knee. Bring your knee up And circle your right foot in a circle and go the other way, just like we did in the beginning. Maybe point your toes up and point them out, working into your calf muscle. But then draw your leg in a little bit more as you push down your sit bones toward the floor. So the movement should again be coming into from your hips. And that works right into our left gluteal. Any kind of sciatica issue we might have might be good for that. And then we'll bring our right foot down, sliding your left knee over top of the right. Extend your arms out or in a cactus. Lift your right foot up and drop your legs over to the right. Looking over your left shoulder, use your right hand to push down on your left knee. And then we'll let go of our knee, bring our knees back up. Uncross your knees, bring your knees in toward your chest. And reach up to the side of your feet for half a baby. Push down one knee and then the other. Just back and forth. And then come to center and then use your elbows to open up your legs even more and then push your feet down for a full extension of this posture. And we'll look over your feet, bring our arms out in a T, stretch our legs up, push your heels to the ceiling, and then your toes, your heels, the toes, the heels. Leave your right leg up as you drop your left down. And lift your left up as you drop your right down. And lift your right up. And lean over to the left, 45-degree angle or so, and then come back to center as you go over to the right at a 45-degree angle. And come back to center and make a V out of your legs. Into our adductors, and then bring your legs together. Drop your right leg down. Drop your left leg over to the left. And then lift until your right hip starts coming off the ground. Then lift your left leg up and extend it over your right. It works right into our IT band there. Grab under the back of your leg and pull your leg up toward your head. Try to keep both shoulders on the ground if you can. And bring your leg back up to center. Drop your leg down as you lift up your right leg. Heel to the ceiling, your toe, your heel. And then drop it over to the right until your left hip starts coming off the ground. And lift your leg up and drop it over to the left. And then you bring your hand underneath your leg, pull your leg up. Or you can use a strap or a tie or something. It's also helpful. Keeping both shoulders on the ground. And let go of your leg, bring your leg back up to center. We'll lift up your left leg to meet your right. So this will be working into our cores at the same time. We'll drop our left over to the left, and then drop your right on top of the left. And lift your right leg up, lift your left leg up, And drop your right over to the right, your left over to the right. Lift your left leg up, lift your right up, and your left down, have your right down. And then what we're going to do, lift up both legs, using your core strength, and then go over to the right. You can also bend your knees if you need to. Lift your legs back up, and then go over to the left again. And one more time, lifting your legs up, and drop them over to the right. And lift your legs up, and bring your knees into your chest. And rock side to side. Maybe make a circle out of your knees. And go the other way. So we're strengthening our abdominals, especially our adductors to the side. So bring your feet down, and so we'll stretch our abdominals by bringing our hands next to our body. As you inhale, bring your arms over your head as you lift your heels, hip off the ground, coming into a modified bridge. Exhale, bring your arms forward as your hips come down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Full breath. Exhale down. And we'll inhale just our hips up, bring our hands underneath our sit bones, shoulder blades come together. Imagine you're holding a block so your legs are straight out of your hips. So you lift, push off your heels, lift up your hips up even higher. Use your glutes, come up another ½ inch. Bring your navel in toward your spine, your chest toward your chin. Let go of your hands, come down one vertebrae at a time. Coming back to center. Stretching in both directions. We'll bring our legs to the left corner of our mat, cross your right over top your left. And bring your shoulders to the left corner of your mat. Grab your right wrist, open up into your side bodies. Breathing into your right kidney area. Working into our adrenals. Regulating our hormones. And we'll bring our right foot to the corner of our right mat and cross our left over top of our right. And then bring our shoulders to the right corner of our mat, grab onto our left wrist. Breathing into our left kidney now. Stretching our abdominals. Massaging our liver, gallbladder. We'll uncross our legs, come back to center, drop your hands next to your body, allow your feet to fall to the side, coming into Shavasana. Feeling your body soften. Feel your spirit letting go. I have two readings for Memorial Day. This one's from True Refuge, Tara Brock, talking about losing what we love and the pain of separation. It's a poem from Hallway Kinnell, and then Rumi. Those who love from the first can't be aside or forgotten. After they die, they will still be. After they die, they still must be cried out of existence, confirming the absence will not be present ever again. The lost one can fling itself outward. Its million moments of presence can scatter through the consciousness freely like snow collected overnight on a spruce bough that in mid-morning burst into glittering dust in the sunshine. And Rumi, cry out, don't be stowed and silent in your pain. Lament and let the milk of loving flow into you. And from the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, you are grieving for those who should not be grieved for, while uttering would-be words of wisdom. The wise grieve neither for the living or the dead. There was never a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor any of these ruling princes, and neither will there ever be a time when we cease to be. So being human, feeling loss, we need to express that loss, but knowing that the ultimate truth is there is no death, there is no rebirth, there's only presence. Holding those two realities in our heart space as we settle into our own being. Not allowing our imagination to run wild. Beginning to move your fingers and your toes, coming back into the room. Feeling the life force, the prana moving through your body. Feel a sense of gratitude that it's always present. And bringing your knees in toward your chest as you roll over to one side or the other. And use your arm strength and not your neck to come up into a seated position. Oh, I forgot that. Thank everybody for being here. finding your way to your mat and to the computer, the whole system. Let's go ahead and end our time with a vibration of Om. We'll say 3 ohms. You can go ahead and unmute yourself if you want to join in. It's always a little wonky, but there's still the spirits there. So bringing your thumbs to your heart so you can feel the vibration as it moves through. Exhaling fully. Inhale and bringing light into your lower abdominal. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to those who've known. Peace to those we will know. And peace to those who are all around us. Taking our peace and sending it out into the world who's in desperate need of our peace at this time. And we'll open our eyes, soft gaze, and we'll say Namaste.
Namaste.
In just a couple minutes, give people time. And one of the deepest roots of the yoga practice is the vibration of Om, because Om is said to be the vibration of the universe, the vibration of all. So it's in honor of my teacher, David, we'll go ahead and start with the vibration of Om. Bring in your hands to your heart space. Exhaling fully. Inhale deeply. Let that vibration settle into our heart space. And open your eyes and say Namaste. Can you hear me okay? The other day we had issues. Somebody could just nod their head saying, yes, you can hear me? No?
Should we unmute them for a minute to ask them?
Yeah, ask if they can hear me. I don't think they're hearing me at all.
Okay.
Not that I'm saying anything important, but...
You're not muted, but... Oh, she can't hear you, for sure. They can't hear you. So how do we fix that? Is that on?
Yeah.
I wonder if we turn it on.
Yeah, turn it off.
Last time we found out Bluetooth was hooked up to it. I think it's somehow hijacking.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh no, it's this Bluetooth. You've got this one on. Can they hear you now? Because it was Bluetooth. We'll turn the Bluetooth off too. No music for you. I don't know.
Hey.
Just an idea.
Can you hear me? No? Oh my goodness. How did we fix this before?
We went into that. You went into the stereo thing.
See, we're on headphones. We need to be on the other.
Speaker headphones. How come it doesn't show both options? It's just showing what you're on. But maybe you have to go down to the arrow, the little arrow right there, to bring up all the options and then go back up into the speaker. Internal microphone, stereo mix. disconnect. See, stereo mix is connected. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, but we just want
Internal microphone.
speakers and microphone.
Hey, can you hear me now? No?
Stinks.
Sucks. Internal speaker. Yes.
What did it say about Oinkyo receiver when you were on internal microphone? Why is that there?
This says
That's
connect.
not on.
We don't want to
One
connect.
digital. None of those are connected. Okay, that's good news.
Internal microphone.
Says stereo mix is connected. Can we disconnect that? Should it be disconnected?
That's why we should be disconnect that. That's a problem.
It is. How do we get out of it? Remember, you had to talk to Corona.
We may be going back to YouTube, to live.
I've got plenty of stuff.
Oh, wait a second. It's this.
Default setting. Maybe that would work.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, dag.
What's that?
I have no idea.
Can't read.
Digital display audio, speaker, headphones. We're not.
Cancel.
I think it would be looked right, but multi-streaming. Listen to different audio sources on different speaker sets. Okay.
Hello? No? Shit.
Really stinks.
Hello? Oh my goodness.
How is it different than yesterday when, well, we didn't really, nobody came yesterday, so it may not have worked yesterday. They were real people. That's how it's different.
Shit.
You're not muted, so.
Can you guys hear me?
Could unmute Peter. Gotta go up there to unmute him.
Can you guys hear me at all? No?
We don't need that.
There's a pinch there, then there's a pinch into our sciatica. So if you have that issue, this would be a good day for you. Anyway, sorry about the technical difficulties. Next week the studio opens for live classes. I don't know about the rec center. I haven't heard anything, so we'll find out about that. But let's go ahead and come into a table and just move the hips side to side, working into that muscle, warming up our hip flexors, and then make a circle out of your hips. And then go the other way. And then bring your leg back, and then just move it to the side a few times. So there's two things we're trying to do is to stretch the piriformis muscle, but we also have to strengthen into our glutes and in the tops of our hamstrings, so it has stability. So the other side. Come back to center. We're going to do cat and cow. So as you inhale, drop your stomach down, bring your head up. As you exhale, round your back, head in between your arms. Inhale, stomach down, head up. Exhale, round. Go back and forth. Then we're going to lift up our leg, our right leg, and then bring your right foot on the inside of your right hand. Bring your left knee back. And this might be enough, but maybe you can go into flying dragon by coming down onto your left forearm. Push your right knee away. You can even feel that muscle working into our adductor. Really, the adductor muscle is our piriformis. But it's deep into our hip area. And then we'll come up from here. Let's go ahead and straighten out our leg to work into our hamstrings. Laying over top the leg. Bring that foot back and do the other side. So step in the left foot forward. Bring the right knee back. So you're almost ready to go into a Hanuman or the splits. Bring your right hand to the side and then push your left knee away. Okay, and then bring your hand down, straighten your leg out. And then come forward. Let's go ahead and stand up. So we tried 2 different computers. So it was in the Zoom setting somehow. I'm really kind of technically challenged. So at any rate, let's bring our feet hip width apart. Bring our arms up. And then lean over to the right. Bring your left foot out a little bit. And then come over, all the way over, till you're almost to the floor. You can bring your hand behind your head. Bending your right knee, keeping your left leg straight. Working right into your gluteal. And then coming up, we'll do the other side. So arms straight, lean over toward the left. And then come down the rest of the way. And bring your hands to your head to sort of like hang over your left leg. And they're coming up. And we'll swing our arms. And then we'll come in, get ready for a sun salutation. This camera just sucks completely. It's all right. Things aren't working out so good today, so it's par for the thing. So bring your hands to your heart, do a modified sun salutation, honoring the sun above and the sun within. Inhale, bringing your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, just your head up. Exhale, fold just up your right foot back. We're working to our piriformis, so just going to do a lunge. And push your left knee forward. And then kind of straighten out and push it up forward a little more. And straighten. And push forward. And lift your back knee up. And then go ahead and step your left foot back and meet your right. Exhale all the way down. Inhale into up dog. Exhale into down dog. And we're going to lift up our right leg, your 3-legged dog. And swoop your foot in between your hands. And we'll come up into high lunge. And sink your hips down as you lift your arms up. And then straighten your leg out. And then let it come forward. Straighten your leg out. And let it come forward. A couple more times. Now it's working into our gluteals. Each time we're releasing into that muscle. And then we'll go ahead and bring our hands on the inside of our feet into lizard. Bending your knees, so coming down a little bit. And switching your hands to step forward. Exhale toward your knees. Inhale all the way up. And bring in the energy of the universe to your heart space. So we have to do the other side. So let's inhale our arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, just your head up. Exhale, forward. You step your left foot back. Pushing back on your left heel. Bring your right knee forward and then bring it back. And then forward. And then back. And forward. And back. And forward. And then step your foot back into a plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale into up dog. And exhale to down dog. And from here, lift up your left leg. And swoop your foot in between your hands. Come up into high lunge. Sinking your hips down, lift your arms up, and then straighten your leg out. Bend your knee. Straighten your leg out. Bend your knee. And straighten out. Bend your knee as you bring your hands on the inside of your left foot. Bend your elbows. Coming down as far as you like. Coming into lizard. And we'll switch our hands as we step forward. Exhale toward your knees. Inhale all the way up. And bring the energy down. And shake all that out. And so we'll go into dancer pose. So all your weight onto your left foot. Bring your right knee up. And then bring it back behind you. And bring your right knee up. And bring it back. And bring it up. And back. And this time grab onto your foot as you lift up your left hand. Push your foot into your hand. The more you push into your hand, the easier it is to come forward. And then from here, bringing your hand down as you let go your foot, coming into half moon. And coming up when you're ready. We'll do the other side. So all your weight onto your right foot. Bring your left knee up and then bring it back behind you. And then up. Now all this is working into our glutes. So we'll have buns of steel. We're ready for the summer. And our piriformis will be happy. And reach back, grab onto your foot. Lift your arms up. And reach forward. And there's the tricky part, is coming down while you let go of your foot, stacking your hips to come into half moon. And then coming up. Shake all that out. Just widen our stance. And bring your arms up into 5-point star. We'll bring our right hand over to our left foot and look up. Inhale up. Exhale over the other side. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. And one more time this side. And then reach down, grab onto your leg. Pull down onto your leg. And bring your hands in front of your foot as you bend your knee, lifting up your right foot and bouncing a few times into side angle or side lunge. And you put your foot down and walk over the other side. Pull yourself down to your right leg. Bring your hands in front of your foot. Bend your knee. Lift your left foot. Side lunge on the other side. And then come back to center. Draw your head down as you bring your hands behind your feet. And then bring your hands up your legs, elbows up. Use your core to come up. Okay. Bring your toes in, your heels in, toes, and step forward. And shake all that out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we'll do sun salutation and go into pigeon pose. So we'll do both pigeons. We'll do a regular pigeon and we'll do a reverse pigeon on our back. But first let's do regular pigeon. Come to the top of our mat again. Hands to your heart. Inhaling up. Exhale and swan diving down. Inhale, just your head up. Exhale, fold. You step your right foot, your left foot, coming all the way down into your belly. Inhale and up dog. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. And then bend your elbows, tuck your toes, coming into down dog. And once again, we'll lift up our right leg. Only this time we'll bring our knee in between our hands and draw our foot over to the left. Coming into king pigeon. So making teepees out of your fingers. Sink your hips down and then look up to the ceiling. And then folding over your leg for sleeping pigeon. Noticing where you're feeling this morning. And then coming off your elbows, walk your hands over toward your left. You know how it's stretching into your hip flexor, into your piriformis. And come back to center. Bring your left hand underneath your right. And then you can take your right hand, reach back behind your back, maybe even grab onto your right toe. And then coming up, we'll tuck our left foot, bend your elbows, and come into down dog again. Kind of work that out a little bit, walking your dog a little bit. And then we'll go ahead, lift up our left leg. Bring your knee in between your hands as you bring your foot to the right this time. And then bring your right leg straight back behind you. Come onto your fingertips. Sink your hips down as you lift up out of your waist into king pigeon. And then folding over into sleeping pigeon. And then coming up, moving your hands over toward your right. And how it working in not only into your side bodies, but working into your glutes. And then walking back to center. And bring your right arm underneath your left, so you're on your right shoulder. And if you like, you can take your left hand behind your back, grabbing onto your left toe. And then we'll unwind from here. Bend your elbows, tuck your back toe, step back into down dog. And walk your dog again. That's how we walk the dog. I think the song goes. Then we'll walk our feet up to our hands. Inhale all the way up. And bring the energy of the universe to your heart space. Okay, so we'll go ahead and cross our feet and come down to a sitting position. Tilt this just a little bit. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do a twist. Bring your left foot into your right and cross over if you can. If that's not available, then stretch your leg out. But if you can, go in here, because we're going to go into fire log after here. So bring your left hand over to your right knee, or you just hold on to your knee as you lift up your right hand and go back. Go on your fingertips so your back is straight. Lift up out of your sit bones first, and then start twisting your stomach, your chest, finally your head. Bring your navel in, maybe twist just a little bit more. And lift your arm up, watch it as it goes forward. And then slide if your leg is straight, then go ahead and bend it if you can. And bring your ankle over top your left knee. Your knee might be way up here, and that's fine. Maybe this is where you want to be. But see if you can feel as if you're pushing down a little bit onto your knee. You can even rock it back and forth, maybe. So this is one thing you can do. Maybe another is you can start coming forward into fire logs. Call it fire logs for a good reason, and you'll find out is go down a little bit more. So this is working into our hip flexors, into our piriformis. Slowly come up from here, bring your legs out, and wiggle, waggle, back and forth. Let's go ahead and bring our hands next to our hips, coming in the staff pose. Dorsiflex your toes backwards. Feel as if you're pushing your sit bones down, but your spinal cord is going upward, opening up into our hamstrings. And lift your arms up. Lift up out of your waist and then bring your navel in. Then exhale, come forward. Grabbing onto your shins, your ankle, or your toes. Just to neutralize the spine. And we'll slowly come up from here. Take our right ankle toward our left hip and stack your left over top the right, or your right straight out. Either way. Taking your right arm over your left knee, your left hand up and back. Lift up out of your sit bones first, but then bring your navel in as you begin twisting your stomach as far as you can go, and then twist your chest. And then if it feels okay in your neck, looking backwards. Bring your navel in a little more as you twist. And lift your arm up, watch it as it goes forward. And again, if your leg is straight, go ahead and bend it and stack your left ankle over top your right knee. And again, your knee might be way up here, and that's fine. And this might be where you want to be, always listening and working with your own body. But if you like, you can bring your hands forward and maybe walk your fingers forward, trying to keep a flat back as you come forward. Maybe over top your legs. And we'll slowly come up from here. Bring your legs out in a V. Again, dorsiflex your toes back. Lift your arms up. And coming forward. Maybe you just come straight down. That's fine. Pretty much where I am. But maybe if you like to come down to your forearms or come down to your chest. And walk your hands over to your right big toe or your shin, whatever you can hold on to over there. Bring your left arm over. You might just be up here, and that's fine. But maybe you can come all the way down. Bring your thumb up. You can hold on to your thumb. And we'll come up and do the other side, grabbing onto your left. You know, just be over here like this, fine. Well, maybe you can bring your thumb up and reach over and grab onto it. And then we'll come up, lay onto our backs. Bring your knees into your chest. You can rock side to side. Bring your left foot down. Reach up and grab on the side of your right foot or your big toe, whatever best for you. But push your knee down. And let go of that. Bring it over your right or your left knee. Push your right knee forward and let it go. And push it forward, let it go. This relieves any kind of tension that might be in your piriformis muscle into your gluteals, anywhere your sciatica nerve might be pinching. And then we'll go ahead and reach underneath our, before we do that, let's go ahead and drop our legs over to the left and then push your right knee forward and let it go, and push it forward and let it go, and push it forward. Then lift your legs back up, and we'll go underneath it. You can maybe rock a couple of times here. Reach underneath your left leg, draw your foot up, make a circle out of your foot, and then go the other way. And then draw your knee in as you push your sit bones down. More, so it's not just bringing your knees in. Your knee might not go that far in, but push your sit bones down, and then you're working in those muscles there. You can straighten out your leg and work into our hamstrings on our left side. Again, pushing your sit bones down. And then bring the left foot down. Slide the right leg over top the left. Bring your arms out in a T or cactus. And you lift your left foot up and drop your knees over to the left. Taking your left hand on your right knee, push down a little bit more. Keep both shoulders on the ground, looking over your right shoulder. Come back to center. Uncross your legs. Bring your left knee in toward your left armpit. Reach up, grab the side of your foot. Push your knee down. Keeping your right knee up. And letting go of that. Bring your ankle over top your knee. Push your left knee forward and then let it go, and then push it forward and let it go, and push it forward. Reach underneath your right knee, lift your foot up, circle out of your knee or your foot. Go the other way. And then draw your knee in as you push your sit bones down. And then if you like, you can straighten out your right leg. Still pushing your sit bones toward the floor. They might not get there all the way, so don't judge yourself if you're not there. Enough people are judging you, I'm sure. But just in that general direction. Feel as if you're working that muscle. And then let go. Bring your foot down. Slide your knee over top. Arms out in a T. Lift your right foot up. Drop your knees over to the right. Looking over your left shoulder. Use your right hand on your left knee to twist a little bit more. And then let go your knee. Bring your knees back up. Bring your hands under both knees, and we'll rock. We'll roll like Chuck Berry, and then we'll come up and go right into boat, just like Gilligan's Island. Gazing at your fingertip, your toes, thinking of the colors you might choose for spring. Bring your heels down and then lift them back up. Bring your heels down and lift them back up. Bring your feet apart, bring your hands in between your legs. And then bring the outside and then come out to center again. Into outside, into the center as you open up your legs. And then lay back, keeping your legs apart, arms out in the T. And then crisscross your legs as you come down. And bring your heels close to your sit bones as you lift your hips up. And then bring them down. And lift them up. And bring them down. Leaving your arms out in a T for this. Lift your hips up. And then looking over your right shoulder. And then come to center and look over your left shoulder. And come to center and lift up a little bit higher. Bring your hands underneath your shoulder or your hips. Bring your shoulder blades together. Come up into our highest form of our bridge. Let go of your hands, coming down one vertebrae at a time. Bring your hands to your knees. Again, rocking side to side. Circle out of your knees. The other way. And straighten your legs out. Your heels to the ceiling, and then your toes, your heels, your toes, your heels. Bring your hands next to your ankles, lift your head and shoulders off the ground. We'll bring our head and shoulders, bring our hands behind our occipital lobe, and bring your right leg down, and then take your left elbow towards your right knee or your left knee. And then come down. Bring your left leg down. Lift up your right leg. And then we'll take our right elbow over to our right knee. And the head and shoulders on the ground. Bring your leg down and find Shavasana. How much you can let go in your Shavasana. But I would do some Martin Luther King quotes this morning. Lightning makes no sound until it strikes. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. The quality, not the longevity of one's life is what is important. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. And I have decided to stick with love because hate is too great of a burden to bear. Allowing those words go into our heart and our mind. Sense of openness to allow love to come through us. Into our mind and heart, having understanding, compassion for ourselves and all those who are struggling today. Beginning to move your fingers and your toes, coming back into the room, making bigger movements, bringing your knees into your chest and rolling over to one side or the other. And using your arm strength to come up into a seated position. So we have someone, it's Karen's birthday today. So we are going to put Karen in the middle of our circle. Let's go ahead and connect with each other's energy from north side to Norwood, to Anderson, Oakley. A huge circle of energy. And having Karen right in the middle of our circle of energy. And feel the connection of everyone else. And bring your hands to the center toward Karen. And we'll say 3 ohms. As you're saying Om, feel as if light's coming into your heart. As you say the Om, feel as the energy coming out of your hands, directed directly toward Karen. Exhaling fully. Inhaling deeply. Bring our palms up and lift our prayers for health and prosperity for Karen up into the heavens. And taking the love from the heavens and bring it to our heart space. We'll say namaste to our honored one. And we'll say namaste to each other. Namaste, 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 namaste.